Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jordan Weber. I'm the marketing manager here at Sagis, and I want to spend a couple minutes today talking about YubiKey. It is a cybersecurity and more specifically two-factor authentication device, which has been trending in the news a little bit lately, particularly because of a story involving Google and a really groundbreaking piece of news that everyone's getting really excited about. So we're going to spend a couple minutes today talking about what it is, why it matters, and why you're likely to see it popping up more and more frequently here in the near future as time goes on. So what exactly is a YubiKey? A YubiKey is a form of two-factor authentication wherein a user who wants to access a workstation, site, server, what have you, will have their login name as well as their password. But the computer will also ask them to insert their YubiKey, which is a USB stick, about yay big, with a unique identifier code on it. The user will insert that into a USB drive, and the computer will, using the YubiKey unique identifier code and the user's valid login and password, will confirm that this person attempting to access this service is in fact who they claim to be. So real quick, before we go any further, some of you may be asking what exactly is two-factor authentication, or 2FA. 2FA, also known as multi-factor authentication, or MFA. MFA and 2FA are the same thing. This is essentially an extra layer of security built into many modern computer systems. It requires a user trying to log into a workstation or a piece of software, not only that they have a login name and password, but they also have a unique piece of data or a unique piece of hardware specifically tied to them, something that only they would know or have access to. By using these two pieces of information instead of one to log in, the website, service, workstation, what have you, is making doubly sure that this person attempting to engage or log in or access the service is in fact who they say they are. There are currently several methods of MFA. The most popular one by far right now is likely SMS, text message-based, phone-based MFA systems. Anyone who's seen these, more than likely a lot of us have, you'll try and access a website, for example, using your username and password. Before you can log in any further though, the website sends a 6-digit text message to your phone. You're asked to enter this code into your computer on the website, and this is the website essentially making doubly sure that this person trying to log in is in fact who they say they are. And we've done that using their username and password, but also we've sent this piece of information to a device that supposedly only they have access to. So that's kind of the mentality behind those systems. There's also fingerprint and retinal-based MFA systems. These are excellent examples of biometric two-factor authentication. Another method that has been making headlines now, and the reason for this blog entry, is YubiKey, and these are USB-based two-factor authentication systems. Now, it's important to state right now that YubiKey is not the only system like this out there. However, it probably is the most popular given the news articles we've read recently. So for our purposes, we're going to be focusing on that one for this blog. So, why are USB-based MFA systems all of a sudden in the news? Google recently announced that it has virtually, over the past 2 years, virtually eliminated all incidents of phishing across its entire workforce. Now, given they employ close to 100,000 people, this is no small accomplishment, given especially the rising complexity and sophistication of your average phishing attack these days. How did they do this? By implementing YubiKey, they've been able to realize a number of significant advantages over other 2FA systems. And given their success with this, it's likely that you'll start to see this pop up at a lot of other organizations who plan to follow suit. So, some advantages of a USB-based 2FA system over previous methods such as SMS or biometric. There are actually several advantages. Number one, SMS services are not that secure. Over the past several years, especially, security researchers have demonstrated that it is possible, using the right tools, to hijack a carrier's SMS system. This essentially means that a hacker has gotten into your text message service and can manipulate what you see or what you receive or what is even sent using the SMS service connected to your phone. So, given these risks are present, SMS is not really seen as perfectly secure anymore. Therefore, we don't want to be using it to be doubly sure that a person is in fact who they say they are. The second advantage of a USB-based 2FA system over that of a cell phone-based text message. Cell phones are not the most durable piece of equipment in the world. How often do you see a friend with a cracked phone screen, because it was dropped, slipped, what have you. Phones are getting more durable every year, and with the advent of stronger and stronger forms of, say, Gorilla Glass, for example, it's likely this might not be the case forever. That being said, a USB stick, a solid-state drive about that size of a key is going to be a lot more durable. It's going to stand up to a lot more punishment. So you won't be necessarily left out in the cold trying to access your system if you suddenly drop your phone on the way to work. Third advantage of a USB-based 2FA system over that of a SMS-based cell phone system is that phones unfortunately get lost. It doesn't necessarily happen all the time, and we have better and better tools easy to track those things down once the pesky things run amiss. But that being said, they do tend to get lost a little more often than keys. Now, some of you out there might be saying, hey, keys get lost often too. This is true, but think about this. The majority of the time when you're going to need your YubiKey to access services, websites, that kind of thing, is probably going to be at work. Now, chances are if you've made it out of the garage, started your car, closed your door, and all the way to the office, you probably have your keys on you, so this isn't that big of a concern. But if you lost your phone on the way to work, you'll still be able to access your email once you get into the office. The fourth and kind of final advantage of using a USB-based system over an SMS cell phone-based system is that depending on how many services you use on an average day to do your job, you could be entering 3, 4, 5 codes in a day, depending on how many 2FA systems are all set up around your office. One on its own probably isn't that bad, but doing this 4 or 5 times a day indefinitely starts to get a little annoying after a while. The advantage of something like YubiKey is once you plug that into the USB port, you're completely identified and you're good to go. So you're not going to be sitting there entering number after number after number over and over again. So guys, that's a little bit about YubiKey and two-factor authentication. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this blog and any ideas for future blogs. If you have any questions about those kind of topics. It is important to bear in mind that as exciting as this is, let's not pretend that it's a cure-all. No system is completely hack-proof. That being said, it's really kind of great to see organizations seeing positive results with this, and we're going to be really looking forward to seeing where the technology goes from here. Once again, my name is Jordan Weber. I'm the marketing manager here at Sagis, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Have a great day.